What's up, YouTube? It is Shifu Stew. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going over one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Before I got into the card game, I was a massive Aegislash fan because I was into VGC, I was into 6v6s, the mainline games. And I am super excited to bring this EX Immune monster to the ladder for you guys today. But before we hop into this, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supported the channel from that last Future Box video. It's been a goal of mine to make content for a long time. I happened to stumble across this game, really love it. I have a ton of passion for it, and all the engagement from that Future Box video was just insane, right? Overnight, going from a few subs to I think we're at 24 now. It's incredible. I really could not be more thankful. So keep up the comments. Let me know what you guys think of the deck list. I am floating around the idea of doing a Wednesday video as well that potentially could be like a meta discussion type video. So if that's something you guys are interested in, please let me know in the comments. If you'd rather just see more deck list, I am okay with that as well, right? That's the main purpose of the channel. And then lastly, I want to shout out to one of the comments we got on the last video was, thank you for making not Reg F decks, right? That was a huge goal of mine coming into this whole creation scene. I watch a lot of this content. I love LDF. I love For the Win. I'm a huge fan of Chef Husky in his kitchen, right? There's a ton of great creators out there. And a lot of times when I'm watching some of the bigger names like LDF, FTW, there is a lot of Reg F left in those decks. Now, not every deck can become rotation proof, right? There are set pieces in certain decks. You guys saw the Slow King deck, the first video on the channel. We had some Reg F in there, right? It's not always going to be possible, but when it is, I want to bring you guys content that you can comfortably spend your crafting tokens on and know that in a couple months, I'm not going to lose one of the three main combos of the deck. And so speaking of decks and combos, let's go ahead and look at this Aegislash, right? We briefly saw it earlier, the Mysterious Shield. So if the t-shirt isn't enough, we're huge ghost type fans here, but we have the benefit of this Aegislash card being metal type, which right now is huge. Yes, it is weak to fire, but that's not a huge issue, right? If we get hit by a Radzard, we're dead anyway. It didn't need to do 2x weakness to us with a 250 attack, and it's not an EX or V, so we weren't even getting our ability off on it anyway. However, Ceruledge, which could definitely cause problems here, we're immune to. We just don't care about Ceruledge, right? So the entire goal of this Aegislash deck is to stabilize your board. You're going to hear me say that a lot through this video. The concept of this deck is stabilization. If you can manage to get down to Aegislash, immune to EXs, which are rampant on the ladder right now, then you're in a really good position. But in order to get there, we need to draw. We need a lot of cards to make that happen, right? This is a rare candy Aegislash evolution deck. We've got to get set pieces, and we utilize Dunsparce for that exact reason, right? It's a +3 draw, shuffles itself back in to get the combo off again. But more importantly, runaway draw is a primary mechanic of how we stabilize our board. We can remove Dunsparce from the bench, from the active, from anywhere we need to remove it, send it back to the deck. This allows us to truly get not only our set pieces in hand, but our board looking like it's a state of 2 invincible Aegislashes. Now you might be asking yourself, well, that's great, but Dragapult's everywhere, and it would just take a couple turns of, laying down the 60, and then we could even just lay down 60 again, right? There are ways around it, that's for sure. That's why we pack the amazing Mist Energy card, right? So Mist Energy helps so much in this deck. Not only does it stop the Roaring Moon, not only does it stop the Mimikyu, it is going to stop the 6 damage from Dragapult. And really, if you've got yourself a Steel and Mist Energied Aegislash on board, you're in an incredible position. If you have 2 on board and they're an EX deck, you might as well wrap it up because there's not much they are going to be doing. We pack Legacy Energy in this deck because in the current format with Budew, it's really important for us to have a 6-to-4 ratio of energies. 6 out of the 10 of our energies need to allow our Honedge to attack turn 1. As you can see, Honedge has, well, we'll back out of the screen real quick, make it easier to see. Honedge has a 30 attack for 1 energy. That's going to KO the Budew. Yes, we're going to take 10 to ourselves, but that's not a huge issue if it's allowing us to get into position. So the game often looks like you'll drop down Honedge, you'll drop down Dunsparces. Next turn, you'll try and get those Dunsparces. You'll try and get a second Honedge. Maybe you start it with 1. The sooner you can get to double Aegislash on board, the better. And then we do pack one of the Aegislash EX cards. Now, Peerless Edge is a monster of an attack. If you have taken 5 prize cards, this attack does 350 damage for 1 metal energy. There are going to be a lot of times where this card comes up as the end game sweeper for you, because keep in mind, our Aegislash is only dealing 120 damage, right? That's not a lot happening there, but it works if you're not able to get damaged, right? You're going to bleed them out much faster. And so the EX is in there just to balance the game out. You know, of course, we have the Legacy Energy on that so that we don't take 2 prizes for it. And then we've got a couple of really cool tech cards in here. Obviously, our supporters are as standard as they come, right? The Iono, the Bosses, the Arven. But we are running 2 Colress and 3 League Headquarters. So Pokemon League Headquarters became kind of the star of this deck. Not only are you immune to the EX attacks, but many of the basic Pokemon that they play to counter your Aegislash now cost 1 more to attack with, right? If it's a Budew deck, don't open this card, because that means you're not getting your 1 energy attack off to KO the Budew. But if this is a Miraidon deck, you're in a fantastic position. So you want to keep the Headquarters on cycle. This helps you win the Stadium War a lot of times. It's a really fantastic card in the deck. And then we have a few more tech pieces in the form of tools, right? So these are all one-offs. I'm not the biggest one-off fan, right? I mean, sometimes you don't get your one-off, but that doesn't mean you're in the match you need it, right? So we come packed with a Vitality Band. Why do we have Vitality Band? We have Vitality Band for 2 Pokemon specifically, and kind of a list of cards that fall into this HP, 130 hit points. The 2 biggest threats in the game right now for that are Duraludon and Greninja. Radiant, of course, right? So this card allows us to actually one-hit KO Duraludons and Greninjas, and that's incredibly important because in decks that those cards are played, oftentimes the rest of the deck is an EX card. So they have to rely on forcing their energy into their Greninjas or their Duraludons, and if we can one-hit KO them, that is amazing, right? And we're gonna do it every time. Luxurious Cape. What a weird card, I know, right? Why not Hero's Cape? Well, because we have the Legacy Energy, we can't run another Ace spec. Luxurious Cape is in here solely because of these beautiful, beautiful Festival Lead decks, right? Festival Lead is everywhere now. Thanks for the win, TCG. Moving past that, though, I like this card. I think it has a lot of value in the deck for 2 reasons. I think, A, yes, we can get a 250 HP Aegislash to handle going back and forth with non-EX Pokemon a little bit better. And if they have the Legacy Energy on, well, then we counteract the Luxurious Cape, giving the opponent 1 more prize. And so it works out really well in synergy there. But there's also a play where you can put the Luxurious Cape onto a Dunsparce, right? So Dunsparce only has 60 HP, meaning that if you're in a Dragapult matchup, this Luxurious Cape might just be the only way that you're able to get a Dunsparce into a Dunsparce and into a draw 3. Plus, we don't lose our luxurious cape when we use Runaway Draw. We shuffle it back into the deck, allowing Arven to bring it and place it onto an Aegislash. So there's a ton of fun that you can do with the cape specifically. And then we do run the TM Evo. Budee's here. It's everywhere. So we've got a single Evo to try and get our hands on more Dunsparces. However, we also do pack the one Doublade, right? Normally, Budoo is not a big issue because if they want to cycle Budoos, we will keep on killing it with Honedge. It's easy, takes nothing from us, and if they want to trade, it's a one prize for every single Budoo we've taken. But we do need to pack the single Doublade to be able to use a TM Evo in certain matchups. We've got a single Switch, a single Super Rod, the staple Poffins, Candies, and Ultra Balls. The deck plays really well. The only struggle is that if you play a non-EX deck, which for some reason is popping up everywhere right now, you've really got to play your cards right. Otherwise, if you're playing EX and V decks right now because people want to get the last of them, this deck is going to make people rage quit. They can't hurt the Aegislash. They can't do anything with effects from the Mist Energy. It's all about Lockout, the sword, the shield, the cape. Aegislash is the hero we needed. Let's get into some games. Again, huge thank you to everyone who supported the channel on that last video. We're going to keep this thing cruising along. If you send this out to your friends, if you link them the channel, tell them you love this creator. That's how I've done it for people in the past. I find new creators I like, I send out a message, I get more people on the train. That's how this whole thing works, word of mouth. So appreciate you guys for all of that. Let's get into some games and enjoy the video. All right, let's get into game one. Waiting for C Family to call the flip. Let's see what we got here. Guys, this is a deck that wants to go second, right? So it looks like they have called the flip correctly. It's going to be in their hands whether we're going first or second. Ideally, we go second for a lot of reasons, right? We one-shot the Budoo in the format right now with a 30 damage HMO1 cut. We can Arven for our Buddy Poffins, but luckily, we actually opened up with the Poffin and the rare candy in hand and a Dunsparce for our turn 3. There's a lot of really good stuff happening here. So we're going to go ahead and just straight up Poffin. We want the Dunsparce and the Honedge. We want to go ahead and slap on a Legacy Energy to Honedge, right? So if they manage to get a one-hit KO on 60 next turn, we're not going to lose a prize card to start the game. Guys, we do see that Radiant Greninja in the back. Vitality Band, Vitality Band, Vitality Band, right? 130 is the magic number. I don't love to see the Togepi coming down. This is gonna be a tough matchup. We know Gholdengo packs a canceling cologne, right? And so that's about the one card we're looking out for this game. Of course, this is a rotation-proof deck designed for post-rotation. We will no longer have canceling cologne in the format, meaning Aegislash is going to be a titan, unkillable by these EX formats. So he passes off. He doesn't even get the energy. We do get the Arven, which is really cool. So we go ahead and pop the Dunsparce, get it off the board. Guys, we hit the Aegislash, right? Rare candy into the Aegislash. Boom. Mist energy onto the Aegislash. Doublade. Colresses for another mist and a league headquarters. Pop down the headquarters. Pop down a Dunsparce. Get that Mimikyu. Oh, Gimmighoul out of the active. Get him out of there. Ghost type players. Who even likes ghost types? Pfft. All right, let's grab that prize card. We've got the Iono now. Very cool. So we could hopefully throw Mist onto Doublade, Iono, go into an Aegislash, and just full stabilize, right? However, Arven could get us into the 130 line on a Vitality Band for Greninja if he chooses to swap it into the active, right? If he doesn't pack a canceling cologne because he himself is prepping for regulation, then we're set. Although we know they're packing a cologne because they have the Pokestops, the Iridas. I mean, it's the full Reg F block. It's got the Greninja. Interesting. So he is going to go straight into the Togekiss. Nest Ball out, likely another Gimmighoul. And we're going to E-Search Pro. Okay. So he's got to Cologne, though, right? Even if he attacks, he can't get through the Aegislash without a Cologne. If he bosses our Doublade, then we have the Aegislash on the back, and he could save Cologne for a turn, which would make things a lot more difficult for us. I just don't foresee that being the case. Let's see. He has not used a single supporter this turn. He could bosses. He could have the boss in hand. We'll see. In the meantime, we'll take a sip of coffee and enjoy the game in front of us, right? I love Aegislash. Hate seeing people bash on Aegislash. I recognize it's not an easy card to use, but with the right deck around it, guys, again, stabilization. That's the key to playing this game. How stable of a board can you create? And Aegislash creates a really sturdy platform that you can stand on. So we do get the steal down. Okay. He's got to have the Gholdengo in hand. The Nest Ball for another gimme? Are we... No, the bundle. Oh, the pseudo boss. What a great play, right? Does he take the Dunsparce KO right here? That could be a really great play. A minor errand running. Oh, man. Not attacking us that turn. Guys, here is the play. Dunsparce. Runaway draw and get it off the board, right? We can throw another Dunsparce down there because what are we going to do? Lose one? It doesn't matter, right? We come in here with the Ultra Ball. We send the Iono. We send the Super Rod. We don't need them. We come and grab one of our immune Aegislashes. Launch a Mist Energy on Doublade. Evolve it to Aegislash. And then, bam, we Arven. Right, so here we're going to be able to grab our Vitality Band. We're going to be able to grab... We could Buddy Poffin. We could Buddy Poffin for more, but we're not going to. We're just going to grab the Switch to hold it, just in case anything goes wrong. Pop a Vitality Band on Aegislash. Take out the Gimmighoul. And now he is absolutely banking on having 2 canceling colognes in deck. If they don't pack 2 canceling colognes, guys, it's over. We just wrapped it up with one play, right? We stabilized the board. That's the key word of today's deck, stabilization. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Pokestopping from here out, but I will tell you what. Losing Boss's Orders and Gholdengo on a Pokestop is massive for us. He brings back the Gholdengo. He evolves it. He's going to coin bonus for the double draw. I mean, there's a chance this guy decks out, right? On the bright side, we 2-hit KO. Not only does Vitality Band help us hit that 130 line for Radiant Greninja, but it also lets us hit the Gholdengo in 2 attacks, which is really important here. Concealed cards, we're just cycling through this deck, man. He doesn't have much left. He's down to 15. He needs all 6 prizes. This is the power of Aegislash. Now, is Gholdengo the strongest deck in the format right now? By no means, right? I totally recognize that this is, not the BDIF. I would personally say it's Dragapult. But even with Dragapult, we've got some ways to handle it. We have the Mist Energy. And if I'm not mistaken, Dragapult's last performance at San Antonio was not super hot. I don't think it was even top 50, but I don't think that the list included a single canceling cologne, but let me just verify. Tournaments, San Antonio. First Dragapult on the list is not until... Holy cow, guys. What? Wait. Dragapult at 156? No way that's true, right? What's the list look like, though? Oh, that's Polt Thorns. There has to be a higher... Polt Zard at 102. Okay. Let's see. Polt Dusknoir. I'm not seeing a cologne, man. I'm not seeing it. So maybe we're set, right? This guy's likely taken a long time to think right here because he's realized that we have stabilized 10 times stronger than he has, right? He can go for the double KO, right? He could flip Togekiss's Wonder Kiss, which if you guys have not played against Togekiss, Wonder Kiss lets you take 2. It's the whole Gholdengo acceleration strategy of, hey, we're here to hit hard, we're here to hit fast, and I want to make sure that my prizes count for something when I take them. So, Wonder Kiss flips. I'm a huge fan of Wonder Kiss, by the way. It hits tails, though, so they will not take the extra prize. Let me close this down so I can still see my software. Bring back the Aegislash with the Vitality Band, right? Very important that we do that. Now, we could play down another Honedge and just make him waste through his cards, right? So, again, what is the biggest downside to playing that Honedge? He gets a prize card, and he flips a coin for 2 prize cards. But the flip side of that is how many cards can we make him go through his deck to try and get a boss's orders or a counter catcher? 3 from Pokestop just to hit the catcher, right, guys? This is exactly how you play the game. Once you are stabilized, you can start to create these baits, right? The faster they go through their deck, the stronger we become. He will counter catcher here to bring up the Honedge, which is the smart play, and he'll KO it. And he might actually go down to 3 prize cards from a double Wonder Kiss, but he can't kill either of my active Aegislashes. Even if he canceling colognes to kill 1, we're golden, right? It doesn't change anything for us. He bundles. Okay, will he bundle my Honedge? I won't let him bundle my Honedge. I'll just bring the Aegislash in. We have the switch in hand, guys. We run a 1-off switch, and that Arven to grab the switch was really important, right? You do that when you know your opponent has gusting on hand. For people that don't always look up the, keywords of stuff, gust just stands for any card that can swap your opponent's card out, right? Iron Bundle is a weaker form of gust because it allows me to decide what gets put into the active, but it's still a gust concept, right? It still cycles me around, and that's why, there's a lot of decks that don't run switch. Wait. He hyper blowered and counter catcher just to get the Honedge in. Now what's going to be really sad is if he flips tails again on the Wonder Kiss. Oh man, it feels so bad. Oh my god, it feels bad. All right, guys. Let's put this Gholdengo player out of his misery. He can't hurt my Aegislashes. We're done playing other cards, right? We don't need to bait him anymore. We don't need to play that strategy. We just need to continue hitting the 130 with Vitality Band. Again, I have never ran Vitality Band, but I really like it in this deck. It adds a lot of lines that were unexpected for me. And I think that the Luxurious Cape also does a lot of good things for the deck, right? It helps you against your Dusknoirs. It helps you against, Greninjas. It helps you against Festival Lead a lot, which Festival Lead is everywhere. Oh, he's shooting for the Togekiss KO. No. That's tough. This deck, a lot of times you will see people starting to fuel Pokemon that they have never used before to try and get them on there. I played against the Dragapult in testing yesterday where I ended up winning it. And the time difference between the games, I was at like 15 minutes left, and I think they had 2 minutes left on their timer. They were doing everything in their power to fuel up a Dusknoir to attack with because it wasn't an EX. I mean, just a rich interaction. Here we Arven, right? Go ahead and grab the luxurious cape just in case things happen. You never know. We go ahead and grab the rare candy. We'll go ahead and slap the basic steel onto this Aegislash, and we really just continue to hit. So he's already invested energy in Togekiss. He has 5 cards left. He can't place 2 next turn because he doesn't run Crispin. So we're done. I don't foresee a way for this player out of here. Again, you know, Gholdengo's a really great deck. The problem is its attacker is an EX, and that's why we're playing Aegislash right now. Minus a few of these hot YouTuber decks people are playing right now, the format is ran by EX cards. We'll just go ahead and look at the top 5 in San Antonio. Gardevoir could cause some issues, right? Because, of course, they have the Drift Bloom. They've got the Scream Tail in there, but those are things you can KO with the Aegislash, and with a luxurious cape, it's a lot easier to handle. Okay, wow. So he Hyper Blowers just to not get KO'd next turn. But again, guys, we pack the Switch. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm impressed that he almost has a Togekiss ready to attack. Clearly, he's been driven to the edges of his gameplay. Yep, this is nice. We're just going to go ahead and win the game, right? We pack the Switch. Bring in the 130 Defiance Band. Take out the Gholdengo. Guys, this is the power of Aegislash. We stabilize to 2 Aegislash, both with a Mist Energy. As long as they're an EX deck, you're going to force them to play it so weirdly they don't know how. I will catch you guys in the next game, and let's get after it. All right, game 2. Opponent is calling the coin flip. Let's see what we can make happen. They chose tails. Interesting. I'm a big believer that it always lands on heads on this app. They're going to get me, man. They know. I know too much. They know that I know too much. We're going to go second, as always with this deck. Anytime you have a chance to get Arven for Buddy Poffin, that's how you play the game. And look at that. Arven and Buddy Poffin. So we'll slap down the Honedge. I can only assume they're playing an Evee deck with the Glaceon sleeves, but let's see. Oh, it's Mimikyu. Okay. He does slap an energy. We do get the Dunsparce. Do we have the luxurious cape in here? For the exact reason that we said we wanted it, right? I mean, the problem here is we have no energies other than Mist. But that's fine. We should find a way into it very soon. Oh man, that's a nasty opener. That is a nasty opener. So Ghost Eye doesn't affect us anymore, right? It is a secondary effect of the Iono? But anyway, Ghost Eye is a secondary effect of an opponent's attack. Therefore, Mist Energy stops that from going into play. He's gonna attempt it. Oh, he is playing the Mimikyu with the Alakazam. But again, guys, Mist Energy, right? Come on. I think Mist Energy has to be the coupled card with Honedge on the thumbnail. I don't make the thumbnail until I make the video, because sometimes a card could just prove itself as way more valuable. In this game, we're showing Mist Energy at its finest against a very interesting deck. If you ask me, I'm a massive fan of the Mimikyu Alakazam concept. I think there's a lot of cool stuff happening there. But let's see here. Let's go ahead and Ultra Ball, right? So we send the Super Rod and the Honedge. We'll go ahead and actually grab our Doublade. Weird play, I know, but the Doublade comes down and kills the Mimikyu. They can't Oko a Doublade anyway, even if they got the Alakazam next turn, so We'll throw a Vitality on the second Honedge. The energy here. Then Iono, right? There's a chance we even rare candy Aegislash here. We don't. But we do have a great play here with the Doublade striking on Slashing Strike. Of course, next turn it can't use it. But guys, we have the Ultra Ball. We won't be even having a Doublade next turn. So super effective on the Psychic type. You're not walling us, buddy. We're not getting walled. We are the wall. Pretty cool to see that Doublade actually making an appearance here as an attacker too, right? It's pretty rare to me that you see stage 1s in a stage 2 deck doing something, aside from Relicanth decks, right? Obviously, we know there are plenty of Relicanth combos that work hand in hand with that, but we're not playing against the Relicanth deck, and we're not playing one ourselves. We're playing an Aegislash deck, and we want to stabilize. I'm sorry, what? Lacey? He just went for the 4? I feel like Judge is a better card than that, but who am I to judge? That's awful, I know. Okay, all right. So something we could do here is we could keep taking prize cards, or we could recognize that we can't take damage this game, right? So we'll just take the TM Evo, and we'll go ahead and grab a Buddy Poffin because we can send the Buddy Poffin with the Ultra Ball. So we'll drop the Poffin, we will drop the bosses, because we actually... No, we'll drop the Switch. We don't even need a Switch this game. We'll grab the Aegislash. We're going to go ahead and put Legacy on Honedge, right? And that's a really important concept, because if they want 2 bosses this Honedge, that's fine. Also, we can utilize this as our evolution into our Aegislash EX. So, pop down our Aegislash, 250. Oh, yeah, oh, what am I thinking? We can't Evo right there, so we'll just keep taking it. That's a weird misplay on my part. I was not even thinking that we already hit the Luxurious Cape, but again, I mean, this kind of deck we're playing against, this Mimikyu wall deck, would be really good if we were playing an EX deck. Right? But Aegislash hard counters the hard counters in the meta. It's a beautiful thing to see happen. And when he finally does... Okay, so he'll lose another Abra. That's fine. He wants to build the Alakazam in the back. He's got the double Kadabra set up. The problem here is that we are super effective. Right? We hit for 240 with Aegislash on that deck. We didn't even need Vitality Man, so that's on me. I should have TM Evo'd that card. But instead, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we have the basic steel ready for the Honedge. We are going to Boss's Orders the Kadabra with energy. Boom. 240. Oh, wait, no. Kadabra is actually weak to Dark. It's Mimikyu because it's Fairy type. It's weak to Steel. That's true. I mean, tough game. Tough game for him. Oh, drops the rare candy out of my hand. That's a great play. But we draw the rare candy. Okay, again, guys, just grab the Ultra Ball. And we're just waiting, right? We're just chilling. Hit the hard bashing. I've been seeing a lot of decks lately that are not EX driven. This deck in particular, I think you can do without the Barbaracles. You know, the Mimikyu and the Alakazam is already such a strong combo by itself. You know, Alakazam attacking from the bench, that is an unbelievable playstyle, right? Attacking from the bench is OP. And if you don't believe me, say what you want, but if you guys saw Professor Gnome's video about Iron Thorns plus Alakazam, that was a banger. That was a really cool video where you're showing off the idea of hard locking the opponent, very similar to Mimikyu, right? If we were playing a meta deck right now with EX cards, this guy would be having just as good of a game as we are. The difference is that we not only are super effective on the Mimikyu, but we're playing a wall attack deck, right? Aegislash is immune to those EXs, but it's still able to dish out that damage. I mean, it's that simple, right? get in, stabilize the board, take them out. So let's go ahead and just move into last game of the day. I might just add a couple of opponent concedes at the very end of the video in a little montage. It took me a lot of games, but I'll catch you guys in the third one. What's it gonna be, guys? What do you think the coin is, heads or tails? We know it's heads. Come on, don't prove me. Oh my god, the last game of the day for the viewers, we almost had that. I lied, it was tails. Let's see what we're playing against, though. So far, had some really good games today. Gotten quite a bit of Elo and Arceus. Something to keep in mind, though, is where I do create content, I'm not always going to be at the pinnacle of Elos. This is because I'm testing a lot of decks for you guys to see what works the best. Yesterday, I had to tweak this Aegislash deck so much. Wow, that's a tough moly opener. But I had to tweak it a ton because I was playing against so many of these non-EX decks that I was taking a lot of damage, and that's what led me to that luxurious cape play. The Greninja led me to that Vitality Band play, right? I run these test games and I ask myself, what are the weakest links in this chain? And it just so happened that I was able to find them. We moved on from it, and we're set. All right, so we'll throw down a Dunsparce and a Honedge. Ideally, we can grab ourselves a Dunsparce, Rare Candy and Aegislash, grab an energy from the Iono and the Dunsparces, right? We're not going to use this Ultra Ball. We're just going to pass it off. Worst case scenario, they evolve into Flareon. They have Crystal. They have Fire Energy and a Boss's Orders in hand. Because if that's the case... Oh, wait. No, they would need Salvatore to evolve right now. Yeah, it's turn 2. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm used to selecting turn 2 on this deck because Arven is just too broken to go turn 2. If you're running a 4 of Arven with more than 2 tools, I recommend you just go second with your deck. Now, there are some that don't feel that way, but Arven is such a powerful card that to open up the game with it is really important. But guys, we're looking stabilized here, right? Evee was one of the big decks I wanted to showcase in this video today because what are all the Evee attackers? They are EX Terramon. We are going to force this guy to either Fan Rotom or Noctowl away our Aegislashes. And at 150 HP, I don't see that happening. I'm going to be real. The Iono. Yep. That's a powerful Iono right there, right, guys? Our hand was set. Our hand was almost perfect. That was a very powerful Iono. Now we have the Aegislash. Get another Honedge. It's tough, right? I mean, what we could do is we could go into a Dunsparce with an Ultra Ball. And we could really just bank on some stuff happening here, right? I think that's what we're probably going to do. We're probably going to Ultra Ball ourselves into the Dunsparce. So drop off both of those. We don't need Evo this game. We don't need Poffins this game, right? The goal is to stabilize the Aegislashes. We want to have a couple down on board. So we'll go ahead and run away draw. Grab us the 3. Very unfortunate setup there, right? So we luxurious cape this Honedge to bait, right? We actually want them to bosses that Honedge up. We want them to take 2 prize cards from it as a juicy steak dinner on a plate for them, because then hopefully we can Iono our way into a really good position, right? If they boss this Honedge and kill it with the super effective fire damage, they will go down to 4 cards. We will remain at 6, and when we Iono next turn, we're going to be at a great deficit in hand value, which hand value is everything, right? We're playing a card game. What's in your hand and what's your ability, right? That Iono they hit at the beginning, and now that Iono actually helped us. The first one hurt us, but that one was really good for us. Okay. Oh, he has the Dusknoir in the deck. Okay, so that actually adds a layer of complexity to our game plan. With the Dusknoir in deck, it's going to make things a little bit harder. Okay. He does KO the Dunsparce. I would have loved to see the boss's orders to KO onto the Honedge, but it's not the end of the world, right? Even if we Iono here, we still deficit them. But we do, in fact, hit the Aegislash. So we're going to go ahead and just place that down again as bait. We're going to go ahead and grab a rare candy. And guys, we actually prize the Vitality Band this game, which helps us against Jolteon, but doesn't really help us elsewhere. So I guess it's not the end of the world. So here, we're just going to go ahead and show them what it means to be a wall, right? This is an Evee deck. The odds of them running Canceling Cologne is very low, right? I mean, they are using every space they have for this Turbo Flareon Jolteon combo. I'm pretty comfortable where we're at right here. Now, again, they could boss into the Honedge and take the double, which is probably their best play on board. But what they don't know is we're packing 2 Ionos to respond to that exact play we want them to make. Boss into the Honedge, get the double. Look, guys, this is exactly what we wanted to see happen here. But he doesn't go for that. Wow. That's a lot of energy to lose. Now, I say that, but we know he's got a glass trumpet in there, right? I mean, that's the exact play we wanted to see happen. We want to make them try to pull that off. Unfortunately, we lose a mist energy in that play. Never fun to lose a mist energy. Let me just say that right now. But Iono goes really hard right here. We shut their hand down to 3. They actually get the Dunsparce. We have the league headquarters. We'll go ahead and just pop the... Now, this is risky, but it worked out. So we pop the Dun. We place another Dunsparce. Aegislash hits for 120, and they're going to start to realize here very quickly that I'm in a bad spot, right? Not only does Dravite not allow Jolteon to attack, but what is he going to swap into? Is he going to go for a Noctowl kill? Noctowl can't survive Aegislash. He could go for the Dusknoir still, but his entire bench is full, so he's in a really tough position to be going Dusknoir and giving me prizes. So he does go for the Arven. The question is, does he have a Canceling Cologne? He does not. He has the Glass Trumpet. Yeah, and guys, I would not expect Evee decks to run Cologne. Cologne is a really niche card, and ladder decks are going to run it more often, even if... Here we go. Here we go. We can already start seeing he's starting to sweat, right? He's starting to ask himself, how do I get through? Wait, the crystal on the fan rotom? It's not a Terra type. Oh, he's stressing right now, guys. We've stabilized this board so well. He can attack with Assault Landing because we have Pokemon League headquarters. He doesn't have a stadium to play because it's an Evee deck, right? This is exactly why I wanted to showcase Aegislash this weekend, because outside of a couple decks, Festival Lead, you are crushing the competition here. I mean, this is a seriously strong board, and I would not be surprised to see an opponent concede here in the next couple of minutes. He does pass it back. He's looking for ways to make it happen. I respect that. Play the Dunsparce. Again, we're just going to go ahead and Iono? Yeah, we'll go ahead and Iono. See what we can make happen here. Right, we get 6 pop. He gets a 3. Go ahead and Dunsparce again. See what we can pull out from here. Nice. Another Dunsparce. So we play down that Dunsparce, and we're going to go ahead and take our KO on the fan rotom. Guys, he has to Noctowl here. He absolutely has to access a Noctowl, or he's in a really bad spot. I would love to have another Honedge on board. It just doesn't seem like that's in the cards for us. Let's see. The Crispin comes down. Does he double energy the Hoot Hoots? Oh, man. Watching people put energy onto their basic Pokemon in the back line because their EXs are just not going to get the job done. All right, this is interesting. He is loading up Flareon. He does have the Fez. He could be looking for the Cologne, which means we need to start prepping Aegislash number 2 right now, right? I don't foresee him putting energy onto Flareon unless he had the Cologne packed in the deck. So there is a chance here that it is there, right? I've been saying it all game. He probably doesn't have it, but now that I'm starting to see him put this energy back on and reevaluate, I could see it happening. The Pheasantipity will actually kill us. That is one of the weird interactions of mist energy. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Honedge. We are going to go ahead and mist energy the Honedge. We will Iono. Fantastic hand, right? So we Dunsparce. Go ahead and get some draw engine back in. This kind of keeps your deck regular as well, right? You can see the things in there chilling, right? We likely need to Ultra Ball here, right? So we know we have the Mist Energy already on him. We need the Legacy. We're Ultra Balling here because we want to get our hands on an Aegislash EX. Let's see, we'll go ahead and pop that. He is going to try and attack with his Pheasantipity, but that's a lot of energy loss to do so, man. He has to retreat with his Flareon. He can only do 100, so even if he chooses to go for my front Aegislash, I just attack and evolve my back one, right? So we're in a great place. There is the retreat. Here comes out the Fez. No, the Jolteon. I couldn't tell you why this is the case. Okay. Probably just promoting the float. All right, so we've got the Aegislash down there looking stable as could be. We've got a Dunsparce available. We probably need to buddy pop, and to be honest, we probably need to get double Honedge set up, right? Are all of our Honedges gone or prized? Wow, okay, so we're out of Honedge. We'll go ahead and just hit for the 120. He retreats here into the Fez, but the Fez can't win the game on its own, right? A Bosses and a Fez could win the game, although likely... Alright, so here's the free retreat into the Fez. This is what we expected. He kills a Dunsparce. He should go for the Dunsparce here, if I'm not mistaken. He has to leave Fez active for me. And I can just Legacy the Aegislash hypothetically. The E-switch, what is happening? Okay. Man, this match is... Oh, he doesn't even go for the Fez? No way, guys. No way. What just happened? Why would you not attack with the Fez? The Cruel Arrow was there. He had it. Oh, man, he had it. That's just a tough game. We need to go ahead and return the Honedges and the energy... Man, that's tough. I'm just so confused why he didn't attack with Fez, but let's work through it. Even if he did, he kills a Dunsparce, takes a prize. Then this turn he would have just KO'd the other Dunsparce, right? I mean, that would have been the way to go. Maybe, I don't know, man. I really don't know what is going on with his play style. I for sure. So now he pops the Cruel Arrow, right? Why wouldn't you have just done this before? I'm pretty sure it's only benched. No, it's one Pokemon. He can place it on Aegislash. He just doesn't realize it, maybe because of Mist. He didn't attack because Pheasantipiti's a basic. Oh my god. How many Ultra Balls have we ran through, guys? Let's see. We've used 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yes. Legacy energy. It deserves its own legacy. Are you serious? There it is. There it is, guys. The Evee deck falls. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you guys want to see some Wednesday content, holler at me about it. Man, what a great game to end it on. What a ton of lines there are in this deck. The tools make it just so enjoyable to solve the puzzles in front of you. If you guys want to see more kind of overview meta conversations, let me know. If you guys want to see more deck lists like this, let me know. If you guys just want to see like straight up ladder climbing type videos where it's not as edited, I'm not looking for great games to show you guys, let me know. You know, I'm down for whatever. I'm finally starting to get some engagement here, so the more the merrier. Tell people to hop on the bandwagon. Shifu Stew ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Appreciate you guys for everything. We'll be back either Wednesday or next weekend.